stories of 2025 weren't the ones we all were watching, but the ones nobody saw coming. This year, billion-dollar blockbusters stumbled while small teams and solo devs stole the spotlight. Why did a free demo outperform multi-million-dollar marketing campaigns, and what can this tell us about future of gaming? By the end of this video, we will uncover what 2025's greatest triumphs and disasters really mean, and which games might define rest of the year. Our first story is about a giant, a game so hyped it was supposed to dominate rest of the year, but instead it exposed a dangerous flaw in the AAA formula. On March 20th, Assassin's Creed Shadows finally gave fans what they had begged for: feudal Japan, a new Animus hub, and the full marketing might of Ubisoft behind it. Critics loved it with an 82 Metacritic score, with glowing reviews and some outlets even giving it a perfect 10 on 10. So why did the player score plummet to a measly 5.8? Well, the answer and the problem is that critics judge the product and players judge the experience. With $70 upfront cost, microtransactions, and a battle pass in a single-player game. Yes, the combat was polished. Yes, the art was stunning. But for many, it was the same old grind wrapped in a prettier armor. The result? A game celebrated by critics, but rejected by its own community. So, does this mean the AAA blockbuster formula is broken? Let's test that theory with a game that had its own hype and actually delivered. What happens when you take an old idea and make it feel brand new? On March 6th, Hazelight Studios, the developers behind It Takes Two, launched Split Fiction, a story of two authors trapped inside their own intertwining worlds, constantly shifting from taming dragons to fighting cyber ninjas. Critics called it a co-op masterpiece. Players gave it 97% positive reviews on Steam, and it sold 4 million plus copies, out of which 1 million of them were sold in just 48 hours. Its secret? Frictionless fun, and just constant gameplay variety. And a friend's pass, letting the owner invite a friend to experience the entire game for free. But here's the bigger question. If a focused, player-first design can be AAA grind, what happens? Our next story is about a debut RPG that became a generational hit, and it came from a team of just 30 people in France. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 looked like a passion project, because it was. Released on April 24th, it dropped players into a Belle Epoque-inspired dark fantasy where a mysterious paintress erases everyone of a certain age, and you have 1 year to stop her. It revolutionized the turn-based combat genre by making it reactive. Now, the players had to dodge or parry in enemies' turn, keeping them engaged for the entire duration. And instead of rushing DLCs, the devs spent months on the base game. On March 24th, with zero marketing, a single developer named Tyler dropped Schedule 1. It costed $20, it was in early access, and it exploded. With 8 million plus copies sold, over $125 million in revenue, and a peak player count higher than GTA 5. Why? Because influencers loved it, TikTok went wild, and a demo called Free Sample had already hooked millions of players. Players didn't just play it, they shaped it. The developer let the community vote on the features to add next, turning players into co-creators. This wasn't just a game. It was a blueprint how viral hit is born in 2025. But while indies and solo devs were rewriting rules, one console maker was learning that massive success can come with Nintendo Switch 2 launched on June 5th to record-breaking sales with 3.5 million units sold in just 4 days. But along with all the hype came some questionable choices. Physical games that weren't really physical increased prices, and a privacy policy that can ban your console if you use second-hand hardware. So, what happens when 2025 has made one thing clear? Budget doesn't mean love. Assassin's Creed Shadows had the hype, but not the heart. Split Fiction proved that player-first design can win big. Clair Obscur and Schedule 1 proved authenticity and community can turn passion projects into generational hits. And now, the real question. Will the giants adapt? Will the next viral sensation come from a basement or a boardroom? And when we look back in December, will the biggest story of 2025 will be the one we haven't seen yet? Because if this year has taught us anything, it's that the next game to change everything could drop tomorrow and none of us will see it coming. Until next time, like, subscribe, and share.